Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruskiff and today we are going to explore Comparable Hoppers 2. Comparable Hoppers 2 is a sorting system and automation system plugin for Spigot 1.13.1. So today I'm just going to show you the basics and show the things it can do. It's a lot nicer than some of the other sorting plugins for Minecraft, as in this feels a lot more fluid with the game mechanics. So just show you here, we've got a simple hopper setup, a chest, a hopper and then a chest. And if I put a piece of redstone in, you'll notice that the redstone flows through, and obviously if I put a piece of wool in any colour, it also flows through. Something I'm pretty sure by now we're all used to. So when you want to filter items through your hoppers in Minecraft, you have to build a redstone circuit, and that redstone circuit makes your sorting system bigger and laggier, and it means that your system needs to be bigger, and the more things you want to sort, the bigger your sorting system has to be, the laggier it becomes, and so forth and so forth. So I'm going to show you how we filter in CH2 to start off. So I have a crafting bench here, and I'm going to show you the first recipe. I will be spawning everything else in, but all the items I'm going to show you today have crafting recipes, and you can change the crafting recipes. Matter of fact, you can pretty much change everything about this plugin. So here we go. I'm going to essentially create my redstone circuit inside the crafting grid here, and that produces us a comparable hopper upgrade. So with the comparable hopper upgrade, if I shift right click and install it, I'm in creative mode, so it doesn't take the upgrade off me. If I was in survival, however, I would lose the upgrade because it's been installed. Right, let me throw that away for now. I don't need that now. So now it's been installed, after I shift right click the hopper with it in hand, you can see that my hopper is now a comparable hopper, and this little C here means that it has a comparable upgrade installed. Now if I put my items in, we'll notice that nothing is flowing through the hopper. And the reason for this is because this hopper has a filter on it, a whitelist. And if I shift right click the hopper with an empty hand, we can see the whitelist. So I'm going to add this piece of red wool to my whitelist. And now you can see we have our wool in the chest below, but not our redstone. Our redstone isn't on the whitelist and it can't go through. And that's pretty much CH2 in a nutshell. Or is it? Of course not. There's more to this plugin than just filtering items in a basic manner. So I am going to now give myself a filter upgrade. So the filter upgrade is something that can be installed after a comparable upgrade, and it upgrades the comparable upgrade with a more precise way of determining what items are allowed to flow through the hopper. So shift right click again, and there we go, it's been installed. So now if I take my wool out and I put my wool in, you'll notice that only the red wool which was specified in our whitelist, is flowing through the hopper. So the advanced filter upgrade in a nutshell says that only items that specifically match what I've put in the filter can flow through the hopper. Now let's take all this out again. So yeah, however, there's much more that this upgrade adds. So with the advanced filter upgrade, if I shift right click with a piece of redstone, I've got a nice little menu here. In this menu I have redstone mode, so I can say that the hopper is active when it is not receiving a redstone signal. The hopper is inactive while it's receiving a redstone signal. Sorry, it's always active with a redstone signal, sorry. I can set it to do an item transfer per redstone pulse, which can be useful for a variety of contraptions. And I can do redstone mode where it's always off, so it's never active. And I've accidentally skipped this one here, which is always on, so the hopper is on regardless of redstone signal. Let's pop it back into off for the moment and take a look at the filter mode. So the filter mode allows us to do some pretty cool stuff. So right now it's filtering by MBT data or metadata, but there's some other modes that it can do. So it can filter by block type. Despite what this what this says, this server has got an outdated config file. This will actually filter by the type of the item, and what I mean by that is instead of it just saying, oh, only red wool is allowed to travel through, like so, I can say that so if I find a red item, let's, for example, do some red dye. If I put some red dye in here, what we'll notice is because it's red, because it's it's red under the Minecraft rainbow, then it can flow through because its color matches the color of the item in the filter. Let's have a look at what other options we've got here. So we've got exact. This is where it filters by the type of the item and the block ID, but not the metadata. So it's a bit hard to explain how that differs from the metadata filter, but I'm sure as you use it, you'll figure that one out. And then the last one is block ID, which goes back to pretty much disabling the advanced filter so that red wool and blue wool will match as the same item. Let's go back into metadata mode. Now another thing we can do is if we need more space on this whitelist, we can stack yet another upgrade. We can do CH2 give, and I'm going to get myself a capacity upgrade, and once I've installed that, we'll now see that our whitelist is 18 slots rather than 9, which is great. So let me throw these away and show you the last filtering based upgrade. So the last filtering based upgrade that can be used to modify the functionality of a comparable upgrade is the blacklist. So if I CH2 give myself a black upgrade, there we go. So now we have a comparable hopper with a blacklist upgrade, a capacity upgrade, a filter upgrade, and a comparable upgrade. The blacklist inverts the whitelist into a blacklist, meaning that only items not on the filter can travel through the hopper. So we have our wool in there. If I put my wool into the chest, it's not going to flow through, whereas the redstone will, because it's not on the blacklist. So that's very useful. Let's get rid of that now. So that's filtering in CH2, but that's not all we can do. So what else can we do? Let's get ourselves a chest and a hopper again. So here we go. I'm gonna pretty much build what we just had. Here we go. and I'm going to put a chest over here. And I'm going to give myself an ender upgrade. So give ender. So the way this works is it allows us to wirelessly transfer an item from a hopper to a chest or an inventory located 16 blocks away. Now there is a range upgrade which I won't be showing you in this video, but that will make it go from 16 blocks range to 32 blocks range. So with the ender upgrade I can shift, right click this chest here, and now my ender upgrade is linked to that inventory. And now I'm going to install the upgrade into the hopper, and I'm going to get myself some cobblestone. If I throw this cobblestone into the chest, what you'll notice is the items are no longer flowing into the chest below. This block here is no longer the output of the hopper. This is instead. However, if I get myself another piece of redstone, I can make it do the exact opposite. So shift right click again, and I've got some different options in the menu now. We're not going to look at ender mode specifically right now. We're going to look at ender port. So at the moment the ender port is set to output. If I set this to input, we'll notice that it is instead pulling the items out of the chest. So that's quite an interesting mechanic, and it can be used to do some pretty interesting things. And then obviously I can also stack this with a comparable upgrade. So if I get myself a comparable upgrade, CH2 give comparable, I put a filter on there, and I was to grab this and let me just open up the whitelist, put that in there. And now if I was to put some birch wood in to my chest, that you'll notice that it won't go into the hopper because it's not on the whitelist. And as before, the item that is in the whitelist will now go into the chest. So the upgrades can stack to change the functionality of each other. Right, let's take that part and clear off what we've got. And the next one I'm going to show you, if I get myself another chair, well, if I get myself a hopper. Oh, I'm only going to need a hopper for this demonstration. And I place my hopper down here. Matter of fact, let's get a chest as well, just for demonstration. So a lot of people refer to this as a crop hopper. So if I get myself a vacuum hopper upgrade, give vacuum, and I install that. Now the vacuum upgrade has, it didn't show the range in the GUI. Right, so now if I get myself any item, so I could do the birchwood planks here, you'll notice that within a range of 5 blocks, any item I throw down onto the ground is sucked up and they end up in the chest. And this can obviously be stacked with an ender upgrade if you want it to suck from another block, or you want it to output to a remote block. So matter of fact, let's demonstrate that now. So say I have a chest over here and I get myself another ender upgrade, and I hook the ender upgrade to that chest and I throw that in there. Right, any item that I throw will now end up in this chest. Or even better, if I get myself another piece of redstone here and I open up the menu using ender mode all, this will only work in ender mode all. Ender mode, that means that this particular mode here for this one will mean that it will only do item transfers and it won't use its other functionality for the ender target. Now I'm going to put that back into ender mode, or I'm going to set this to ender port input, right? So now the ender target can actually be used to change the location to which it vacuums the items. So now it's vacuuming from over here rather than over here. So the items I throw down here don't go into the chest. So that's another thing you can do. And the range upgrade also works on that to double the range of the vacuum hopper as well. So let's throw that and get rid of these and take a look at the next upgrade on our list, which we will speed upgrade. This does exactly what it says on the tin. So if I just give myself a speed upgrade, so give speed. There we go, and let's get some items to throw in here. So a couple of stacks of birch wood. If I chuck these in here, you'll notice that the items are flowing through much faster. I think this server has it set so it will only transfer slower, but you can actually configurize that to transfer however many items you want per tick. So some people have it set to 64, and that's the default, but on this server that's not the default, so it's only doing a few items every time rather than a stack. It all depends on what the server owner wants. They can change everything. So yeah, that's that one. Let's fix the ground here, and let's figure out what next I want to show you. Next one I want to show you is the round robin. So let's get myself another hopper and a chest. So here's a basic setup. If I have 3 chests and a hopper, okay, and I want to sort these 64 spruce stacks, this stack of spruce planks between 3 chests, I can now. Now, first thing to notice is this hopper is currently pointing down into nothing. There is no inventory available for this hopper to output to. But if I put my birch in there, hold on, put a chest down. I don't know why this isn't working. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to install the upgrade, didn't I? Hold on. Excuse my little derp. So if I get myself a round robin, there we go, and we install the round robin upgrade, we'll notice that now it will transfer the items into all 5 adjacent chest slots, and I can add another chest there, and if I take these 11, and if I take these 12 and these 11 and put that, and let's get a fresh stack and shove the fresh stack in, what you'll notice is it actually sorts evenly between the chests. And just to show the options that are available on this upgrade, so if I open up the menu, we have round robin mode always rotates, so every time it tries to transfer an item, even if it can't, it will place the item into a chest. And then we have on move, which will only move to the next inventory if an item has successfully passed into the inventory. So this is quite a useful way of doing things. Excuse me. So yeah, that's that. What next? Okay, so the reverse upgrade. This one's a little interesting. So here we go. So by default, items flow down. Yeah, they flow from this chest into this chest. And the reversing upgrade does exactly what you think it does. So if I get myself a reverse upgrade, like so, and install that, and put my items down here, we'll notice that the items flow backwards. So they'll flow from the input slot to the output slot. And yeah, this will also stack with stuff like the vacuum upgrade. So CH2 give vacuum. So if I put a vacuum hopper in here now, and I take that slot away and get these planks, so the place where it's sucking from is underneath rather than above, and as you can see, it flows backwards. So it completely reverses the functionality of the hopper, even reversing that of, you know, the added functions of the other upgrades. That's quite nifty. And that's it for the simple stuff. Then we get into the more advanced stuff. Now, some server owners are going to look at this and think, oh, that's a little bit too OP. Well, good news. You have permission nodes to disable whatever you want. You also have the ability to filter out what items the following two upgrades can interact with. So the first one I want to demonstrate to you is the braking upgrade. And the best way to demonstrate this is, let's get a chest here and a hopper there. Okay. And I'm going to take a piece of polished andesite and t/give, oh no, sorry, CH2 give break. Make sure to install the upgrade before I describe it this time. So now we've installed our braking upgrade. It's got a BR tag up there. This is exactly what you think it does. It breaks the block on top and puts it into the chest. It also has the additional feature of, if I just quickly create a shroud around this, like so, and then demonstrations purposes, let's get a half slab, so a slab here, and place that up there so we can still open our chest. If I get myself a water bucket and put some water up here, now you'll notice it's not doing anything, but if I the first thing I'm going to want to remove this chest, and I'm going to actually want to build a bit of an automation contraption here. So there we go. Put another hopper there, and wait for the water to flow away. And then going to get myself a comparable upgrade and shove it in this front hopper. You'll see why in just a second. And then I'm going to, did I throw away that bucket of water? No, I didn't. Good. So if I put a bucket of water on this white list, okay. And the breaker hopper has the ability to actually collect liquids for you, whether that be with glass bottles or with buckets. So if I get myself an empty bucket, right, well, the empty bucket won't be able to go into the output hopper, which is the one behind this chest, because this is filtered on a water bucket, not an empty bucket. So let me drop some water buckets into its inventory, and what we'll soon see is it takes the bucket and it fills the bucket with water, and then it can actually flow into the inventory. And this will work with glass bottles. If I take some glass bottles here and I throw them in, you'll notice that they start filling up as well. So there's quite a few things this can do. It also works with lava. Though it's also works with lava, yeah. So that is the breaker upgrade. It also has some farming features. Should I demonstrate? Yeah, let's demonstrate you how it farms as well, shall we? So I'm going to place a hopper down here, and I put a piece of soil there, and then I'm going to hoe it with a hoe like that. And matter of fact, because this is a farm, I need to put some water down, otherwise it's not going to be doable. Where's my... Let's get a fresh water bucket. Things never go right when you're recording, do they, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so and then we'll place our hopper there. So let's place our hopper down. Oops, put chest down there as well. So boom. Now if I install the braking upgrade into this, it's just going to break the dirt block, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a lever, and we're going to temporarily turn off the hopper like that. So now the hopper won't function when we install our braking upgrade. So there's our braking upgrade, and it's been installed and it's turned off, so this block of grass isn't going to get broken. When a CH2 hopper breaks an object, by the way, it doesn't give you the block, it gives you the drops of the block instead. So this isn't a silk touch thing, it will actually give you the items that drops. Okay, so let's clear out our inventory and get ourselves a hoe and some seeds. There we go. Now, if I turn the hopper on, it's just going to break the farmland here. So I need to get my piece of redstone and enter the menu and turn farming on. So now farming is enabled, which means it won't break the dirt block. So when I turn the hopper off now, you notice it's not, when I turn it back on, you notice it's not breaking the dirt. And if I get myself some bone meal here, in a second we'll notice that it's broken and harvested the wheat. Now, the wheat's not being sucked in just yet. I can put a vacuum hopper in there to fix this issue. So let's get a vacuum again and shove that in. Oh wait, yeah. So I've got to actually place the vacuum hopper somewhere else. It won't function when it's below this. But it's a multi-block setup basically. So you have to work around the mechanics to build the machine how you want. But yeah, it can essentially it will farm for you. But you still have to find a way of collecting the stuff that's farmed. And that leaves us with two more upgrades. One is simple, one is quite advanced. So we're going to do the one that's quite advanced first, because it's the first one on my list. Let's get a hopper and a chest. Let's put the hopper in here like this. Okay. And this one is called a placer. Yeah. So here's our placer upgrade, and I'll put that in. And this allows the hopper to interact with the world. So if I place a diamond hoe in here, in a second what we'll see is, I might need to place that there. Come on. Is it not working? Okay, interesting. Ignore that, it usually works. I don't know what's not working here, but I know one thing that will work. Let's get some saplings down. So if I put some saplings down here, there we go, it places the sapling. And then I've got myself some bone meal. It can start bone mealing this tree for me. See, it's starting to bone meal it. Due to how, oh, there we go. I was about to say it'll take a little while for it to grow, but no, it's grown within 3 bone meal attempts, which is nice. So, as you can see, with CH2 you can actually build machines that will farm trees for you, both growing them, planting them, and then you can use a variation of different upgrades in various hoppers to farm this tree automatically, which I won't go into here. Maybe in another video if people want to see examples of some of the contraptions that can be built using CH2 hoppers. But we're not done with this one particular upgrade. There's more things that it can do, so let's go over here, grab a hopper and place this down here, and then get ourselves another placer upgrade, which is in our inventory up here. Okay, and if I get myself a good old trusty water bucket and place that in there, what we should notice is it's able to fill that space with water and then collect it back into the bucket. If we wait for it again, empties the bucket and then fills it. Now, emptying and unemptying a bucket autonomously isn't very useful, but in redstone pulse mode, this can be used to the same effect that it would with a dispenser and a bucket. Okay, let's tidy up the ground again and clear that off, and show you some other things it can do. For the next one, I'm going to want some fences. Let's get some fences set up, shall we? Like this, and then place a block there so I can aim it at that. And where's my using upgrade? There we go. So using upgrade can do a few more things. I'm going to put an empty bucket in this one. So here's our empty bucket, and let's pop it in there. Okay, so this setup, you're wondering, what can this do and why have I put the fences there? Some of you who are smarter may have guessed that I am going to place a cow down here. And if we watch, there we go. We've automatically milked a cow. Yeah, automatic cow milking. So that's one example. Let's kill our cow here and use this setup for something else. I'm going to get a sword just to make it a bit quicker to execute this cow which bravely sacrificed its life to demonstrate CH2. And I'm going to now get myself a zombie. So a zombie spawn egg, and let's, oh nope, I'm not able to place zombies down, so let's put Mr. Cow back down, and let's put a sword in here. And what you'll notice in a second is that the sword is used by the hopper to kill the cow. So automatic slaughtering of mobs. So that's brilliant, and you can see it does use durability on the sword as it uses it, and this can shear sheep, do a whole bunch of interactions with the world. So that's the using upgrade, or the placer as it's known. yeah, and that just leaves us with one last upgrade that we haven't covered, which is the ejection upgrade. And this one is very simple. I don't think I even need to show you what it does, but I will anyway. Let's get a chest and put a chest on top. There we go. Close that. Let's just switch to give eject and place an eject upgrade in here. So now we have our eject upgrade. All I got to do is place some items into here, and you'll notice that it now drops the items. So right now we're dropping our way through a stack of spruce planks. So once it's finished dropping them, we should have a stack on the ground of spruce planks, to which we do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is CH2 in a nutshell. And all these recipes are, well, all these items are craftable using in-game crafting recipes that, as I previously said, you can change. If you want to change any of the language settings from the title of the upgrade to its lore, to the menu options language, right down to the strings in chat, you can do all of that. So this plugin gives you full control. You can disable whichever upgrades you don't want to implement. There's full crafting full permission systems, so you can determine what items players are allowed to craft, what items they're allowed to carry around in their inventory, what items they're allowed to install into the hopper, and then it also supports additional content packs, which we don't have installed on this server. At the moment, we have elevators that will teleport you from location to location. It's a Wonkavator, but it's an elevator. It's not a teleport kind of mod. And then we have spawners, which will be coming soon, and spawners are quite nice. But I'm not covering the expansion packs in this video, so go ahead. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you have a lot of fun playing with Comparable Hoppers 2. It's not too expensive. I don't plan on raising the price. So yeah, all the servers that have tried it so far have absolutely loved it. Players have gone crazy for it. Server owners are amazed by the amount of options and settings that it has that they can control. So I'm gonna cut this video here because we are reaching the 38-minute mark, apparently. Wow, my longest YouTube video ever. So goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and peace.